She fell.
Yeah, she fell. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they can't get out because they heard like the wheels so bad.
Now, this is one of the reasons why I stress physical fitness to the degree that I do. As I get older, I've also come to realize the benefits of physical fitness just for overall health and wellness so that you can live a high quality, or at the very least, a decent quality of living as we get older. Of course, there's natural decline that takes place, but getting older doesn't necessarily equate to us having to fall off the cliff immediately. So, as much as I stress physical fitness in the realm of health and wellness, the biggest factor in my mind, or at least on the same level, is maintaining a high level of physical fitness for life. Because life will throw curveballs at you. You had darn well better be prepared for those. Whether it's a criminal coming after you and you have to run to get to your car or get into your home, or whether you have to run from or towards the active shooter, or whether you have to lift up something that fell on top of someone or on you, whatever it may be, I don't think there's any excuse barring any debilitating medical limitations. Let me make that very clear. But even then, there's a lot of wiggle room, a lot of room for growth, because I have medical issues that I've been diagnosed with. But I do everything in my power to stay in the gym, to make sure I'm eating nutritious meals, to make sure that I'm supplementing when necessary to keep myself healthy. But when it's all said and done, I go to the gym, I lift heavy weights, I run, I climb, I jump, I lift my body weight, different time domains, different levels of intensity, because I want to be ready for those life emergencies if they ever come my way. They may never. So let's check out this video and I'll comment a little more as it progresses.
She fell.
Yeah, she fell. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they can't get out because they heard like the wheels so bad.
Oh, you are the man. Yeah. Lifesaver right there, man. Jeez. Yeah, like they say, perfect time.
Bro.
At the right place at the right time. Jeez. See that?
Yeah.
Or they
It doesn't get any scarier than that, y'all. Imagine being that woman and being physically incapable for whatever reason. Now, she could have some major issues going on in her body and in her life, for all I know. So I don't want to just automatically come down on her. But knowing the facts, the stats and statistics when it comes to the majority of people in our society, especially here in the United States, when you hear 2/3 of our country somewhere, and don't quote me 100% on the numbers, but 2/3 of our country is overweight. But there's also a high level of people who would qualify as being obese. Not everyone is there due to the fact that they have debilitating medical injuries or illnesses. There's a high percentage, a very high percentage of the population who have completely let themselves go, or who never were physically fit, to be honest, simply because they're lazy. It's just a reality. Now, for me at 53 years old, I don't love the idea of getting up and going to the gym every day. Today's a prime example. It took a lot to get me going once I hit the gym. And even then, once I started lifting, I was like, man, I'm just not feeling it today. I kind of cut my workout short, but I still got in there and did my deadlifts, did my bent over rows, did my pull-ups. I still went in there and put in the work. I have all kinds of other things that I'm working on, projects, business projects, various activities, various things that there's some days I would much rather be working on. But when it's all said and done, I'm the only one who can prioritize my own health. But I remember hearing a situation where a guy was morbidly obese, and I guess one of his kids was running towards busy traffic. He was trying to get his kid's attention, trying to keep his kid from running out there, but he was so overweight that there was nothing he can do. He tried to chase after the kid, but he ran out of gas after a few steps, and his kid ended up getting ran over. It's truly horrific, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But there are times where there are things that we can do as individuals to limit that. You don't necessarily even have to do what I do. You can go in the gym and start small. You can stay at home. You could be in the corner. I was talking to a friend of mine just recently. You can get fit in the corner of a room. Push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups. Down the road, you can get yourself a cheap weight set, some cheap kettlebell. I got an old pull-up rack that I have hanging on the door frame that I use sometimes if I don't feel like going to the gym. There's so many things that we can do. As crazy as the world is right now, with the crime rate going up in many of our cities across the nation, you would be a fool not to seek a high level of physical fitness. That's my mind. Simple, plain and simple. You're foolish. Thank the Lord that there was somebody nearby who was able to run down that baby carriage, that stroller, and save that child's life with busy traffic zipping up and down the road. Thank God. I thank God for that man. So let this near tragedy be a reminder, be a wake-up call for you. Let me ask you this. What would you have done if you were in that situation? Could you, in your current physical state, have ran down that stroller? Or would you have been in the same boat? And be honest with yourself. If you haven't sprinted in 20 years, 15 years, heck, even 10 years for some of us, that's how easy it is to get deconditioned. If you haven't done that since high school and here you are in your 50s and 60s and you think you're still this amazing stud athlete and you haven't been physically active at all, or you just do very light physical activity, don't assume that a high level of fitness is going to be there just because you need it. It doesn't work like that. Only works like that in the comic books and in the movies. And oftentimes it doesn't even work there. If you appreciate content like this, where I offer commentary on some of the latest issues and current events, make sure you subscribe. I greatly appreciate it.